Hi, Colette Kemp here, and I'm coming to you today from my office in Virginia. I just want to say to all our friends down there in Florida that I'm thinking about you during this hurricane. I recently moved from Florida to Virginia, so this is my second hurricane season away, but I lived in Florida for a very long time since I first came over to America and emigrated. So I'm thinking about you all and hope you're going to be safe. Those things are tough. Okay, so I want to talk today about when I believe, and this is just my opinion, but when you need a business broker and when you wouldn't need a business broker to sell a business. You would be recommended to screen and hire a business broker if, let's say, you're at retirement age, you are, you're dead set that you need to sell, but you don't really have time to figure out the process. A business broker would be very valuable because they will come in and tell you what you need to get together, meaning 3 years of financials and your P&Ls, your balance sheet, your tax returns, all of the information that's going to be needed for an evaluation, and then also for a buyer and a lender, the entire process from start to finish. They'll market your business for you and screen buyers. They'll ensure that it stays confidential because that's sometimes quite challenging, especially if buyers are coming from the local marketplace. Sometimes they can figure it out even though you're giving them blind information that doesn't have the business name on it. But when you wouldn't need a broker, so I did come across recently, and not that anyone is better or worse than each other, but just this seller, they had been looking at selling their business and they were only going to sell to one particular buyer. So we were going through this process of the communication and the buyer being able to view everything. Now that didn't work out and the buyer didn't end up buying the business, but this seller was a little bit younger. So they had more time on their hands in the sense of more gas in the tank for how long they were going to run their business. They figured out through the process of dealing with a buyer how to value a business after that deal didn't go through. I heard through the grapevine that they bought a competitor, which I wasn't surprised because of who the seller was. It just depends on your situation. If you have the time like this person did, you probably could, with your accountants and attorneys, figure out how to sell your business. Business brokers aren't going to want to hear that, but some people can. And if you already have a buyer, let's say for your business, you have, Joe Blogs down the road who's your competitor, and you're friendly competitors, and you already have a price and a buyer. You really just have to put the pricing terms together and take the deal through the process. You can do that with lawyers. In that instance, you wouldn't need a broker, but some food for thought. If you have a business and you're trying to decide if you should go through the process of screening business brokers, then I would kind of look at where you're at, look at how much time you have available. Do you really want to deal with the process of selling the business? There are instances where you wouldn't need a broker, but 9 times out of 10, it's beneficial because it's a lot of work. That's one thing I appreciate, having done this for a couple of years now. It's a lot of work, especially if somebody's dedicated and they follow up, which most professionals do.